Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, coming to you live from SmartCon in New York City. Joining us for this segment, we have Nate Holliday, CEO of Space and Time. We're here to discuss solutions for developers and institutions in the DeFi space. It's great to see you again.
Thanks for having me on, Jill.
Annual conversation that we have at SmartCon.
Yes.
Let's talk about Space and Time. Give us a reminder, the launch of it. What were the key problems that you're looking to solve for developers and institutions?
Yeah, look, I'm a data guy, right? I spent my career building databases, providing data solutions to the largest enterprises and institutions in the world. And when I came into Web3 and crypto space and blockchain, there was a huge database problem, which is you want to do a lot of business processing, right? You want to be able to run large applications. You want to be able to tokenize assets on chain. And without a database, it's really hard to do that, right? And so we had to solve the database problem to run tamper-proof queries on chain, so we can power the institutions that were inevitably coming on chain in the future, right? Large banks, large institutions, large enterprises, they all run on databases. So we had to go solve the database problem and build a tamper-proof database.
So let's talk about Microsoft. They've invested and partnered with Space and Time. Tell us more about that collaboration and what kind of doors does that open for you?
Yeah, no, Microsoft has been an incredible partner. The M12 venture fund from Microsoft invested in Space and Time, and we're grateful for their partnership and support. It's opened a lot of doors, right? Microsoft is probably the foremost leader in the AI space, and the world of AI and blockchain continues to merge, right? Because why? They both care about data, and they both care about tamper-proof data, right? If an AI agent is going to go run a business process on behalf of me, I want to make sure that it's doing it accurately, that it's using my funds accurately, that there's no manipulation in it. If I'm doing something on chain, I want to make sure that, again, it's tamper-proof, right? It's verifiable, that business processes are running as expected. So Microsoft has been a great partner. We have a go-to-market collaboration experience where we go to market. We're building reference architectures for the largest banks in the world with the new stablecoin legislation that's passed. And also from an AI standpoint, we've worked a lot in their AI labs to build new cool AI products that are really at the forefront of databases, right? You can generate SQL with a natural language prompt. We can generate new applications with a simple prompt. Build me a next generation DeFi app on chain, right? And a whole app will be built. So they've been a great partner in leading us kind of merging AI and blockchain together at the same time.
You know, it's so interesting. You and I were talking off camera how this year at SmartCon in particular about the data, how data is a commodity and how we have to think about governance, security, and so forth. Why are institutions choosing the Space and Time solutions over traditional centralized databases?
Well, look, if large banks and large institutions want to operate on chain, then the data has to be tamper-proof, right? And all these banks have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into their data infrastructure, and that's all off-chain. And so if you bring all that data and start to tokenize assets and move it on-chain, right, there's no guarantee that it hasn't been tampered with or manipulated, right? So the solution is a database that can't be tampered with, which is what we bring to the table. And partnered with Chainlink's Oracle platform, it provides a really good synergy, right? You have now a tamper-proof database, you have the Oracle platform, and so now any business process that lives off-chain now can function on-chain.
I mean, interoperability has been a key to growth, certainly in this industry. I want to talk about the partnership you launched with Indo Global, right? One of the largest businesses in Southeast Asia. You're going to bring over 124,000 students to the network. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, look, education is a growth across any industry in any country, right? Indonesia is like third largest country in the world, and it's growing very, very fast, right? We have 124,000 students that are going to have AI tools and applications. We just launched our DreamSpace product, which is allows anyone to build an application from prompts to application design in a matter of minutes. And so now you don't have to go to a large university. You don't have to be funded by a large venture capital. You don't have to go to an Ivy League school to have a large network to build a business. Now, anyone that wants to build a business can come on Space and Time, use our DreamSpace app generator that we built with Microsoft, and start to build applications, start to build cool games, start to build a business of the future that you own, that you don't need to go hire a bunch of developers for, that you can deploy on chain, that you can audit your smart contracts, you can deploy smart contracts to any blockchain you want, and your business is up and running in a day. And so with these 124,000 students and the amazing partnership that we have with IndoMobile is we're going to places that maybe don't have access as much to what we typically see in Silicon Valley and providing them all the tools they need to be successful in the world. Because look, creators are going to own the future, right? And you don't have to be taught how to be creative. I think anyone that's born has a creative mindset, right? They're born to produce and to create. And unfortunately, when they don't have the tools, they just become consumers, right? And we're trying to create more creators and empower them to create more things.
I mean, 124,000 students. That could change microeconomies. It could change,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about digitizing an economy and being able to democratize that access, not only to the school, but to, bridge the wealth gaps and be participating in the economy is huge.
Absolutely. And we're seeing this in countries outside of the United States. They're hungry, they're incentivized, they're excited to build. Now they have the tools to build, and you're starting to see creative things being built all throughout the space and time ecosystem. And it's really exciting for me, right? I want to empower everyone to succeed and win, not just those who have access to the best tech and the most money.
All right. Appreciate the insight as always, Nate. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me from SmartCon. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.